Hello, my dear students. So, welcome back to your science class. Now, today we are going to start a new topic, or you can say we are going to revise a new topic, that is changes around us. But before that, in the previous chapter, which Ma'am Manisha was taking, that is heat, you learned about transfer of heat, how it takes place. So you already know the terms conduction and convection. Okay, so one more term is there in the chapter, that is radiation. So that was left, which I'm going to cover in this class, and then we'll start with our next topic. Okay, so I'm just going to share the screen with all of you so that we can start with our topic, that is, yes, radiation. So what do you understand by radiation? See, uh, what happens when we switch on an electric bulb? What happens? After some time, it becomes hot actually, and it gives heat and light. We all know this. Now, if we keep our hand a short distance below the glowing bulb, okay, then what happens? We can feel the heat on our hand. Okay, so this means that the hot and glowing bulb is transferring some of its heat to our hand held below it. Okay, this hot electric bulb, now it cannot transfer its heat to our hand by conduction, because air is a poor conductor of heat, so that is why conduction is not possible in this case. Then this hot bulb, it cannot also transfer its heat to our hand by convection, because convection currents of air always carry heat in upward direction, isn't it? So both of these modes of heat transfer are not possible in this case. So what is the process behind it? Which process is taking place here? So this hot electric bulb transfers its heat to our hand held below it by the process called radiation. Okay, so this is what we call radiation. Now, what do we understand by this radiation? Radiation is a mode of heat transfer that occurs through electromagnetic waves without involving any medium. Okay, so I hope this screen is properly visible to all of you. I'm just increasing the font size. Okay. Okay, so what do you understand by this radiation? Radiation is a mode of heat transfer that occurs through electromagnetic waves without involving any medium. Fine. Now, the most wonderful thing is that the heat does not burn, and it does not require any physical contact of the flow of particles to be transmitted. So just now I explained, I gave an example of an electric bulb to you all. We kept our hand below that electric bulb. So what happened? Are we directly in physical contact with the bulb? No, we are not having any physical contact with the bulb. So this radiation, it does not require any physical contact of the flow of particles to be transmitted. Okay, this is what we call radiation. Fine. So now, however, the mode of heat transfer follows the law of reflection and the law of refraction. This we are going to study later on, children. Okay, it normally occurs due to a slight increase in temperature. So why does this radiation occurs? Due to a slight increase in temperature. And the most important thing over here is that it happens in all states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. In all the three, we can say all the three states of matter. Fine. Now, examples of situations with radiations. So what could be some other examples? We have already discussed one. So the other examples are the heat from the sun warming your face. Okay, this is again an example of radiation. Fine, because we are not in physical contact with the sun, but we are getting its heat through the we can say electromagnetic waves or due to the electromagnetic waves. Second is the heat from a light bulb. This we have already discussed. Third one is the heat from a fire. Fourth is the heat from anything else which is warmer than its surroundings. Fine. So when does this radiation takes place? When the temperature, there's a slight increase in the temperature. Okay. When there's a slight increase in temperature, then this radiation takes place, and the heat from anything else which is warmer than its surroundings. So then this process takes place. Now here I have made a quick comparison chart between the three processes, that is conduction, convection, and radiation. So we'll just have a look on it. And children, you can also note these down in your copies. Okay, whatever copies you have made, either it's a rough copy or it's a science copy, just note these differences, jot down the points in that copy, because these will be useful when we'll start our main course of class 7th. Fine. So this was just an introduction, we can say. So fine, let us look at the differences. First one is conduction. Now, what do you understand by this conduction? Heat transfer takes place through direct contact of objects. Okay, so here in conduction, direct contact is important, is mandatory, or physical contact, we can say. Fine. Then convection, heat transfer occurs within the fluid. Okay, here heat transfer, it occurs within the fluid. Third one is radiation, that is heat transfer occurs through electromagnetic waves without involving particles. Now, what does this mean, without involving particles? It means that it does not require any medium. This radiation, this process radiation, it can take place in vacuum also, where there are no particles. Okay, so it does not require any medium basically. Okay, so this was the first difference. Let us move to the second one. Yes, now the second difference is heat transfer occurs due to temperature change. Okay, the first one is conduction, and in this what we are saying is that heat transfer occurs due to temperature change. Second, convection, heat transfer occurs due to density changes. Okay, then third one, radiation, heat transfer takes place in all states of matter due to the temperature being greater than 0 degree Kelvin. Fine, this was the second difference. Now let us move on to the third one. Transfer of heat is slow in conduction. Second one, that is convection, transfer of heat is fast, because here transfer of heat is taking place in fluids. Okay, fluids means liquids or gases. So the particles present in a liquid or a gas will always move faster than the particles of a solid, the particles present in a solid. So that is why the transfer of heat is faster in this. Now the third one is transfer of heat is the fastest in this radiation. Why? Because no particles are involved here. The transfer is taking place in the form of electromagnetic waves, जो कि सबसे fast होती है. That is why transfer of heat is fastest in this. Now, next one is conduction occur through heat solids. Okay, we all know this. This heat solids में होता है ये. Second, convection occur through fluids such as gases and liquids. Okay, occur through the electromagnetic wave. Now, what are these electromagnetic waves? You'll learn this later. Just now, this much is enough that no particles are involved in this. Okay. Next, do not obey the law of reflection and refraction. That is conduction. Here in convection, do not follow the law of reflection and reflection, but in radiation, the laws of reflection and refraction are followed. Okay, you can just jot down this point. You're going to learn this thing later on in your main course. Then you'll understand the difference. Okay, next is it represents how heat travels between objects in direct contact. Fine. So in this conduction, physical contact is mandatory. That is why it represents how heat travels between objects in direct contact or between the objects which are in physical contact with each other. Next is represent how heat passes through fluids. Okay, in convection, look at this process convection, it represents how heat passes through fluids. Third one is radiation. So represent the flow of heat through empty space. As I've already told that this radiation, it can take place in vacuum also. Okay, so that is why it represents the heat, the flow of heat through empty space. Khali jagah pe bhi radiation is possible. It can occur. Next. Okay. So, okay. Here. Yeah, this is the last point. Occur in solids through molecular collision, occur in fluids through the actual flow of matter, occur at a distance without intervening substance. Okay, so the first one is it occurs in solids through molecular collision. वहाँ जो molecules होते हैं, जो particles होते हैं, they collide with each other, टकराते हैं वो एक दूसरे से. Okay, collision means टकराना. So they collide with each other and then the transfer of heat takes place from one molecule to the other. Fine. Next one, occur in fluids through the actual flow of matter. So here the matter actually flows. And the third one, occur at a distance without intervening substance. So it यहाँ पे तो particles are not there. So the substance, so that is why it is written without intervening substance. Okay. So these were the differences. Just jot down these points. And with this, I've finished this radiation. Now, let us start with our main topic of today, that is changes around us. We are going to revise, and while studying this, I am going to introduce some types of changes to you which are there in your class 7th syllabus. So I'll just introduce these changes. Okay, so first of all, we are going to start changes around us now. So now what do you understand by these changes? Sixth, maybe you all learned what kind of changes are there around us. है ना, बहुत सारे changes होते हैं. These trees, they plants grow into trees, then plants or trees, they shed their leaves, then clothes dry ho rahe, that is a change. We cook food in our kitchen, that is again a change. Burning of candle is a change. We roll a chapati from this from the dough, that is again a change. Okay, we bake a chapati, that is a change. We cook food, that is a change. Rusting of iron is a change. Spoiling of food is a change. Okay, we make curd from milk, that is again a change. है ना, तो kitchen में ही हमें बहुत सारी changes दिख जाते हैं. Apart from that, we are constantly growing, है ना, we are constantly growing, our body is growing, so that is also a change. So there are so many changes around us, changes in weather, in seasons. Okay, different seasons are there. So these all are the changes which we see around us. Okay, so there are so many examples of changes around us. Now let us take few examples. Okay, I have just written some examples over here. Let us just go through these. So first one is formation of curd from milk. Okay, then cooking of food is a change. Burning of fuels. Now what are these fuels? Fuels means these petrol, coal, okay, petroleum, coal, all these are fuels. These, the gas which is we are using in our kitchen, these all are fuels which we are utilizing for our benefit. So we burn these fuels to utilize them. Okay, so that is why this burning of fuels is also a type of change. Then drying of clothes is a change. Rusting of iron is a change. Melting of ice is a change. Melting of ice cream is a change. Then boiling of water, that is also a change. Germination of seeds, this is also a change. Then flowering of plants, again this is a change. Growth of human beings and animals, Okay, we human beings and animals, we grow. So this growth, this is also a changes in seasons, weather, and so on. So there are a lot of changes taking place around us on every day, on the daily. Lot of changes we see, we observe, है ना? So now out of these changes, some changes are beneficial to us, whereas some are harmful to us. ऐसा भी होता है क्या? Some changes are beneficial and some are harmful. Yes, some changes which are beneficial to us are like ripening of fruits. Okay, that is beneficial for us. Fruits ripe honge, then only we are able to eat. So that is why this is a beneficial change for us. Growing of plants into trees, this is again a beneficial change for us, because when these plants, they'll grow into trees, then only we'll get fruits and all. Okay, and many medicines are also obtained from these trees, so we are able to use them for our benefit. That is why these changes are beneficial to us. Similarly, many other examples are there. Changes of seasons, changes of weather, this is again beneficial to us, because agar wo nahi hoga change, so it will create an imbalance in the nature, which will be harmful for us. So that is why this changes in seasons, changes in weather, these are beneficial changes. Then growth of human beings and animals, these are also beneficial to us. Okay, what will happen if we will not grow? So we that is not good for us now. That is why we should grow constantly. So that is a beneficial change to us. Then flowering of plants, yes, this is also a beneficial change. Germination of seeds, yes. Boiling of water, yeah, we can say we for some purposes we boil water, so again it is a beneficial change. Melting of ice, rusting of iron. Now this rusting of iron, what do you mean by this rusting of iron? Have you seen sometimes the iron, the objects which are made up of this iron, they get a brown colored, reddish brown colored coating on them, and a powdery substance is found on their surface. So that is called rusting. वो खराब होने लग जाते हैं. The object, the material iron, it starts degrading. है ना? रस्ट उसे खराब करती है. जैसे हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं जंग लगना, बोलते हैं ना, मम्मी से कभी सुना होगा, घर पे किसी बड़े को कहते हुए सुना होगा, अरे इसको जंग लग गई, ये खराब हो गया. So that is called rusting of iron. Okay. तो अब ये रस्टिंग क्या करता है? ये उस आयरन को डिग्रेड कर रहा है, उसे खराब कर रहा है. सो दैट इज व्हाई दिस रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन इज अ हार्मफुल चेंज. ओके, दिस इज हार्मफul for us. Then next is drying of cloth. Yes, this is a beneficial change. Burning of fuels, again, yes, we are utilizing. See, sometimes this burning of fuels can be a beneficial change, sometimes it could be harmful. Now when we burn fuels for our for few purposes, for our benefit, for example, if we are using this petroleum and oil to for our transportation, we use this, so that is beneficial to us. But when we use these fuels, what happens? Some harmful gases are released in that process. So that is a harmful change, because those harmful gases, those toxic gases, those will get mixed up with the atmosphere around us, है ना? और वो क्या करती है? हमारे environment को pollute करती हैं. So that is why if we talk about the utilization part, this burning of fuels, it is a beneficial change for us. But if I talk about the environmental degradation, so this releasing of these harmful gases and all these all degrade our environment, pollute our environment. So this change is harmful to us. Okay. Okay, then cooking of food. Cooking of food is yeah, it is beneficial to us. We cook food to utilize it, खाने के लिए, to consume it, है ना? So that is why we want to cook food. So we are using it for our benefit. So it's a beneficial change. Again, formation of curd from milk. So this is again a beneficial change. हमें curd खाना है, दही खाना है. So we are going to prepare it using milk. Okay, so that is again beneficial to us. So here, okay, here I've mentioned some beneficial and harmful changes. So the beneficial changes are ripening of fruits, growing of plants into trees. Okay, and I have given so many examples to you of these beneficial and harmful changes. Then under this harmful changes, I have written spoiling of cooked food. खाना खराब हो जाता है जो कुक करते हैं हम बहुत. if the temperature is more, है ना, बहुत ज्यादा टेम्परेचर होगा तब क्या होगा? if that food is kept for some time at that temperature, so what happens? The food spoils. So that is a harmful change for us. In rusting of iron, I've already explained this is a harmful change, okay, because it degrades the quality of that iron or iron object. Then rising of global temperature. See, this harmful change is related to this one, burning of fuels. Now here, when we burn fuels, harmful gases are released into the atmosphere. They get mixed up with the environment. They get mixed up with the air around us. And in turn, what happens? ये जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस होती है, okay, that is responsible for trapping more and more heat. So what happens in turn? The temperature rises. So that is why this is a harmful change, rising of global temperature. Okay, so these were some changes. So we can just categorize these changes into beneficial and harmful for us. Fine. Okay, let us move on to the next slide. Okay, the change in a material or object does not occur on its own. The change in a material or object does not occur on its own. किसी भी material में या object में जो change होता है वो अपने आप नहीं होता है. There is always a cause for which brings about a change in a material. So there is always a cause. Without any cause, no change takes place. Okay. So, for example, melting of ice. Now, how this ice is melting? ऐसा तो नहीं है अपने आप रखे रखे melt हो गई. Okay. कुछ तो reason होगा. That is why it is melting. है ना? So, ice must be given heat to melt and change into water. Okay. When we keep this water in the freezer, what happens? It is changed into ice. Now this ice अब वो वहां पे freezer में तो रखी रखी नहीं melt करेगी. No, but when we'll take it out of that freezer, what happens after some time? Due to high temperature, what happens? It gets heat. It absorbs heat, and this heat is the cause due to which this ice melts and it changes into water. Okay, so what is the cause behind this melting of ice? Heat. Heat is the cause of change of state of ice from solid to liquid. Ice is in solid state, and when this ice is melting into water, that water is a liquid state. So heat is the cause behind this change. So that is why we say that there is always a cause which brings about a change in a material. Okay. So some of the ways of bringing about changes in materials are by applying heat. Okay, so by applying heat also we can bring a change in the material. Fine. Then by applying heat, इसका तो अभी example हमने देखा है. Then by applying light also a change can be change is possible. Electricity, force. So these are the causes. The ones which are highlighted in blue, these are the causes which bring about change in a material. Okay, so the next point is a change can also be brought about in a material by mixing another substance to it. Okay, so how can we bring a change in a material? By mixing another substance to it. For example, when water is mixed with sugar, then sugar dissolves in water to form sugar solution. So this is again a cause which due to which change in that water takes place. उसमें अब sugar भी dissolve हो गई है. So the composition of that water, that is changed. Sugar is also present there now in its composition. So that is why we can say अब वो सिर्फ water नहीं रह गया है. That is a sugar solution. Okay, because we have dissolved sugar in that water. Okay, so these were few examples of how we can bring a change in a material. And here the causes are mentioned, various causes which bring about a change in any object or any material. So what are the causes? The first one is heat. Okay, then light is also a cause, electricity is also cause, force is also a cause, है ना? Force अगर हम किसी चीज पे apply करेंगे, then what will happen? We can change the shape and size of an object. So that is again a change. So we have applied force. That is why the shape or size of the object has been changed, or या फिर वो टूट गया है. Okay, so the cause here is force. Then by mixing another substance to it, this is again a cause. So these were the causes. Okay, now fine. Now these changes, these are classified into reversible or reversible changes. अब हम देखेंगे कैसे. See, we just now saw so many examples of changes, what kind of changes take place around us. Okay, so melting of ice, boiling of water, stretching of a rubber band, inflating a balloon, knitting of sweater, heating of milk, burning of paper, formation of curd from milk, formation of flour from bud, growth of a plant, cooking of food, rusting of iron. So what are these? These all are changes which are taking place around us. But these changes can again be categorized into reversible changes and irreversible changes. ये हमने पढ़ा है class 6 में. Okay, so what are these reversible changes? Melting of ice. अब ice melt हो गई है. It has changed its physical state. वो solid state से liquid state में आ गई है. Okay, ice cube से that has changed into water. Okay, so that is a change. Now can we reverse this change? Can I again change that liquid water into ice? Yes, I can do that. So that is why it is a reversible change. Melting of ice, boiling of water, water has boiled. Okay, so I can make it लगे ना उसका temperature फिर से अगर मैं कम कर दूंगी तो that will become normal water. So again, this is a reversible change. Stretching of a rubber band. What happens when I stretch a rubber band? When I'll stop stretching, or you can say that when I leave it, it will again come back to its original shape and size. So that is again a reversible change. Inflating a balloon. So when I inflate a balloon, what happens? The shape and size of a balloon, it changes, it increases when we inflate a balloon. But what if I allow that air into it? Excuse me, escape. What happens when the air inside it is allowed to escape? That balloon, it comes back again to the normal or to the original shape and size. So this is again a reversible change. Knitting of a sweater. Sweater बुनना जिसे हम कहते हैं, sweater बनाया. What if I want to reverse the change? Yes, हम कर सकते हैं उसको. अगर हम open करेंगे, just ask your mother, or if you have seen some your दादी, your grandmother, or your नानी और मदर कभी देखा हो अगर करते हुए, स्वेटर बनाते हुए, तो उसको हम वापस से अगर हम थ्रेड को उसको वूल को अगर हम पुल करेंगे तो वो पूरा ओपन अप हो जाएगा, वो उसके ओरिजिनल शेप में इट विल कम बैक. देन हीटिंग ऑफ मिल्क, again I can cool down that milk to its normal temperature. So these all are reversible changes. Similarly, now we'll study irreversible changes. Now this burning of paper, if I have burned a paper, what happened? वो जल गया. What I'll get after burning it? मुझे वो ब्लैक कलर्ड एश मिलेगी, रेसिड्यू, जो भी लेफ्ट, जो भी रिमेनिंग पार्ट होगा वो मिलेगा, बचा हुआ है ना, दैट इज कॉल्ड अ रेसिड्यू और एश. तो वो एश, अब उसको क्या मैं वापस पेपर में कन्वर्ट कर सकती हूँ? नो. सो दैट इज व्हाई दिस change cannot be reversed, so it is an irreversible change. Similarly, formation of curd from milk. So मिल्क से कर्ड बनाया, क्या कर्ड से वापस मिल्क बना सकते हैं? नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. सो दिस इज अगेन एन इरिवर्सिबल चेंज. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ फ्लावर फ्रॉम बड, बड से फ्लावर बन गया है, फ्लावर से वापस बड बना सकते हैं हम? नो, दिस इज नॉट अ रिवर्सिबल चेंज. ग्रोथ ऑफ अ प्लांट, ऐसा तो नहीं है प्लांट बड़ा हो गया हम उसे छोटा कर देंगे. नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, है ना. सेम इज विद अस, हम बड़े हो गए हैं, हम अपने आप को छोटा कर सकते हैं? नो, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. सो दैट इज व्हाई ग्रोथ इज एन इरिवर्सिबल change. Rusting of iron, that is again an irreversible change. So what you all can do is just make a list, try to make a list of these reversible and irreversible changes today. Then in the next class we'll start with the definitions of both of these changes and we'll move ahead. Okay, so just try to observe the changes around you and just try to note down what changes you have observed, and try to categorize all the changes into reversible and irreversible changes. Fine. Okay, so with this we have come to an end for today's class. So just do the work and take care at home. Bye children.